Thank you. I thought it's already kind of a clown act over here. I poke myself in the eye. Um, I'm all rumpled. Anyway, it's like really, it's not that early, but I've been up since the crack, and oh, geez, the image that was with me this morning, actually that I'd written down last night, but it really seems to still pertain, I can almost feel it, is the idea of a tug of war. You're really in contention with somebody or even a group of people, and you're both vying for your thing, and who gives up first? And when you let go the rope, the other guy falls forward. There's no longer any tension. So they just go like this. I don't know. Let's see how that plays out. How about the other one? Well, I'll just say it anyway. There were a group of, I have a bald eagle that lives out on the shore here, fairly close to my house. A bald eagle pair, big nest, and occasionally the crows really gang up on the eagle and dive bomb and harass, and the eagle will be soaring to get out of the way, and these crows will be in pursuit. Crows work together, it's a little bit of a, not a mob mentality, but if you mess with one crow, odds are you mess with a bunch of crows and they'll come for you. And I don't know if that means family somehow involved in this tug of war situation. I just don't know. So let's see how that plays out. And hopefully I won't poke myself in the eye, but you never know. Anything for a laugh. So tug of war, ganging up, giving up. It's some kind of fairly active dynamic. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I mean, it's just an interesting morning so far. Okay, we have Queen of Wands. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sag. In any case, it's that fiery energy of determination, of going your own way. After some kind of disappointment, instead of well, I think it's somehow you went your own way, and this other person is kind of head in hands. What have I done? What didn't I do? What else could I have done to convince this Queen of Wands that I cared? But it's a very passive card. I'm not sure this person did anything. But you're doing something. Wands energy, do it. And I feel like it's standing your ground. And there was a quote, I don't think it's here. Yes, it is. Stand your ground. It's sacred. That's attributed to Jimi Hendrix. It's sacred ground. Stand your ground. It's sacred. Two of Cups. Well, that's that, mutual love somebody has, or thought they had, or felt they had. But it's hard to match the power of a Queen of Wands. And I think this person was discouraged. And it seems to me, I'm not sure if it's there or if I'm imagining it, but it looks like this person has a hole in their sock. I happen to be wearing socks that I have to have two pairs because one of the pairs has holes in it. Like lovelorn. Somebody's lovelorn. They feel like they dropped the ball. They didn't do enough. Perhaps didn't meet this Queen of Wands halfway. Didn't show this fire sign person that how much they cared. Oh, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can mean a lot of things, but here it looks as if this person is spying. You know, they're not coming out and revealing themselves. They're kind of watching something play out. And it appears that, people have gone out in search of this person. Maybe they have questions to ask. This person has been dodging. I think maybe this Four of Cups person doesn't want other people to know, sword energy, of what they feel for Queen of Wands. But they've kept it so on the down low that she didn't know either how they felt. Four of Cups, this missed opportunity. Because this person felt a lot, but they didn't talk about it. They might not have believed it themselves. They second-guessed themselves. But it's as if now they're being outed or hunted down. So they're in hiding. Oh, bugger. They're in hiding. Hang on a sec. Oof. Judgment. Major Arcana card of the second chance. Second chance, something that could rise up or take flight, or, a kind of phoenix energy. Rising from the ashes of something. But this person is in hiding, so I don't know. I think they're trying to wait something out. Somebody's trying to dig in and ask me, what is this all about? And I don't want to explain myself. But in my heart, I feel this enormous potential for the ability to go from Four of Cups, the disappointment, to Two of Cups, the connection. Wow. 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 Five of Swords. It's interesting because in addition to the second chance at love energy, we have a card of not telling the truth and Five of Swords. There was some kind of real, remember I said the tug-of-war business? Somebody was the apparent winner. They were very cold about something and very kind of calculated. And I think, they hurt the other person. They defeated somebody, but they themselves don't think highly of themselves. It's an empty victory of some kind. And I think that they know sword energy, they have to come out of hiding. They have to in some way come clean. What's the hiding part? Seven of Swords. Boy, they're popping today. Knight of Wands. Come out of hiding, I'll say. This is a card of like, here I am. I'm not hiding anymore. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pop out of hiding. It's a surprise, even to themselves, that they suddenly have the power to take the risk, to do it, to declare themselves. It's going to be a surprise when this person rushes toward the queen, like comes out of hiding and just goes for it. It's almost like a little bit like an ambush out of nowhere. Tell us about the Five of Swords, the fight, or what needs to change, or what has changed, but in a fairly brutal way. Yeah. Ten of Swords. 10 of Wands. This person's blindfolded. That's not usually seen in traditional Rider-Waite, but it's like they were staggering along, carrying all this weight, and they just laid down the burden. They're on their way to laying down the burden because they can't even see what's ahead of them. They're like spontaneously deciding to do it, to take the leap. They're letting go of all this. I think they're moving on from a situation that was really fraught. They're not going to carry this nonsense forward because they know they can't do this as long as they're weighed down, perhaps by all the things they left undone. They did the wrong things and they didn't do the right things, and so they were in this sort of head and hands, Four of Cups. I missed the opportunity. There's an unburdening, and then they pop forward, but it is kind of a bit reckless. Wands energy are about doing things and determination, and I think in the past they didn't know what they were doing. They were kind of blindly standing up for and fighting for things that no longer served. It could be the Queen of Wands, like escaping from some sort of situation where things were hidden from them. They didn't know, blind to what was going on behind the scenes. Tug of war. Well, this is almost like letting go of the rope. I don't even know what I've been fighting for. Somebody kept me you know, in the dark. Not, I think somebody wanted to protect the Queen of Wands from something that was going on behind the scenes. And that the weight of this last cycle was so intense that it took all their energy to fight this fight. I think they had to manipulate and lie. And now they're trying to kind of cleanse themselves. 10 of Wands. Put down the burden of everything they did. It was not a good situation. But they've somehow divested, and now they're able to follow the guides, follow their own intuition. King of Wands. On Queen of Wands. You know, as somebody who went in and out of somebody's life, because Knight of Wands can be considered fickle. I don't really see it as fickle here, but it was a question of timing. They're holding this wheel. Like waiting for the right time to reveal themselves. And now something is over, 10 of Wands. And I mean, King of Wands is all about revealing themselves. Here I am, out in the light, out in the open, no longer, you know, lurking in the shadows, trying to keep everybody guessing. And there's something about, because as they, on the board here, their streamers are now touching. They don't exactly meet up. He's looking right at her. The king is looking at the queen. Whatever, you can reverse the gender roles, or this could be a same-sex couple. It really doesn't matter. King of Wands is really drawn to this Queen of Wands, and now is going to do something about it. Come out of the shadows, declare themselves, quit lying, put down the burden of, you know, having to fake it or hide. They're kind of seizing the opportunity to move forward. And it may be kind of a now or never situation. Do you want to miss the opportunity again, or do you want to step forward and admit to yourself, because 7 of Swords can be self-deception or deceiving somebody else. Do you want to admit that this is the connection you're passionate about? If so, come forward out of the shadows and do it. You want a second chance? Do it, Wands energy. On two of Cups. The devil. Well, I think this relationship was extremely passionate, and that's part of what they were trying to hide. Obsessive almost. And it's interesting because here, Devil holds a dagger. There's a card of Capricorn, of great power, of great passion, but it has the tinge of obsession. This person may have been spying on their Queen of Wands, waiting for the right time. There's an opening and they seize it. They seize the day. They may have cut away with this knife everything that was holding them back, and it looked like there's a lot holding them back. Their own depression, their own passivity, the fact that they were embroiled in some kind of conflict elsewhere, Five of Swords. They were busy closing out a cycle. That's what they had to do. And they didn't know what they were doing. They were like blind to the implications of what they'd done and left undone. And it may be something like they're willing to work hard, Capricorn energy, to free this connection of, the toxicity, to everything that was holding them back. And I think in large part, what was holding this person back was that they had to sneak. You know, and when you're sneaky and not declaring yourself, it's disempowering. This person didn't know what they were doing. Tell us about the devil and judgment, because they're very different energies. The devil energy is heavy and stuck and something that holds you back. It can be an obsession. They may have been trying to tie up loose ends. Yeah, tell us about devil, Four of Cups, because something made this person really passive. Like they'd given somehow they allowed themselves to be stuck in a situation that they knew was toxic. It's Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands, Hermit. I think they were put in a timeout by the universe. It was like, what's the lesson here? You know, you can't be in this kind of connection until you've gone inside into the quiet of your own kind of core self to figure out, to learn about this, I think their obsessive nature. Tell us about the obsession and judgment, the second chance. It's like a breath of air coming up for air. Knight of Swords. Air energy coming up for air, like they're taking a breath, they're taking a breather. But they want to come in and say something that's a game changer. They want a do-over. They want to do it differently this time. Knight of Wands, King of Wands. They want to talk this time. I think they'd been in a period of no talk, no touch, no feel. Don't reveal what you feel. Don't talk about it. You know, there may have been something they couldn't talk about without embroiling their Queen of Wands in the fight. What's the lesson? Because those are both earth energies. Hermit is Virgo. The devil is Capricorn. I think it's do the hard work of looking at shadow. Like how in God's name did you get embroiled in a situation? And this is, I think, the King of Wands person, is getting kind of schooled by their own higher self. It's an invitation to look inside at the internal shadow. How did you get embroiled in something so toxic that it turned you away from, or it caused you to miss an opportunity with the person you were really connected with? It's almost like carving away the obsession and the attachments and everything to arrive at this sort of pure spiritual something that involved knowing yourself. I think that this King of Wands had to take the time, hermit energy, long time, to know themselves, to understand their own shadow, and what prevented them from entering into a Two of Cups, equal and reciprocal relationship. Why they had in the past done the lying, cheating, fighting business. They've wrapped up that cycle. Who were they lying and cheating and fighting? Maybe with themselves. With everything that kept them stuck. With everything that, I think they were obsessed with something. It was like a dog with a bone. They couldn't let it go. They felt like they had to win before they could lay down the burden. Now they want to say something. What do they want to say? They're coming in fast to address. I mean, they know they needed to change, and I think they did. Seven of Wands. I think they got on their feet and stood up for something in Wands energy. They were able to kind of filter what came into their lives. Here we have these three wolves. It's sort of almost like, what wolf do you feed? Where do you put your energy, Wands? Do you feed the wolf of escapism? Do you feed the wolf of engaging in battles that go nowhere? Do you feed obsession and an inability to move on? And this person is taking up the wand. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. King of Wands, I think, is taking up the wand, and it could be the Queen saying, enough of I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm going to block you. But I think it's more that this person will take control, Wands energy, and start to, take a stand for what they believe in. Because we have Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. It's like, here I am hiding, hiding. And here I am taking a stand, believing in myself, doing what I want to do. There's something about the crows. And that's, I was thinking, why am I hearkening back to that? But there they are in the background of the battlefield. this tug-of-war energy. And the crows distract the eagle. You know, they're being protective. When they mob the eagle, they're being protective. But now it's kind of like digging down to find the purpose behind perhaps the relationship. And it'll entail going inside to work with Capricorn energy, shadow. Maybe they both needed to do this, both King and Queen of Wands, to come into their own power. What are we standing up for here? Is it this one? We are standing up for Hangman. Taking the time to get a new perspective. This is Cups energy, Pisces. And usually I see this just as a card of processing emotion, but here this person is all tangled up in what looks to be that tape, those streamers that these guys had, that are now, you know, bugger. They're sending out feelers, trying to locate each other. Wands are directional. Like after this long time of hiding and lying and being embroiled in something really quite shitty. And it's, remember I said the phoenix? And I can't find where that phoenix image was. But, you know, a purification, some sort of fire of purification here. And a reordering of priorities. What wolf do we feed? Well, it better be the one we choose actively. One's energy. 7 and 7, 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. There's like a switch because it's 14. It's a Temperance, a card of divine timing, of like, because Devil is extremes. Temperance is not extremes. It's, you know, it's the blend. It's the synthesis. It's something that can be sustained. It's the two cups being blended because perhaps both parties have worked with what held them back. I don't see what held Queen of Wands back. What held her back? Well, she had some healing to do. He, she, they. You know, again, a card of non-action, really. Getting your head together, healing a mental state, almost like, because this is always strikes me as the PTSD card. After the battle, the nervous system is just wonky and is, you know, fight or flight, is preparing for the next battle. And I think there was some kind of blowback, you know, that this King of Wands was embroiled in something. He was trying to hide it from the Queen of... He didn't... I mean, it was protective. It was protective. You know, I don't want you to get hurt. I'm going to stand up and somehow shield you from this. And I don't think it was condescending. There's something protective about this Four of Swords. Like, this isn't your battle. This is mine to fight. One more on the message, please. King of Cups. You know, from this Four of Cups card of depression and defeat You know, how do I detoxify this relationship that meant so much to me? I'll go inside and search my soul. Because that's Hermit is basically a card of soul searching. They discover their capacity to love. Stand your ground. It's sacred. Stand your ground. It's sacred. Just dropped. That was the Four of Swords that went flying. So from Four of Cups to Four of Swords, from this kind of, it's like healing the depression, healing the passivity, the ennui, the inability to move, the inability to feel. Tell us a little bit more about this King of Cups. I think who's discovered, I mean, we've just gotten this again and again, their ability to feel. And it's sort of like do something, that song, Do Something, I'm Giving Up on You. That tug-of-war business. Is it this one? Page of Cups. This is a humbling energy. You know, I'm King of Cups, but I come before you with an apology for having missed the opportunity, for being embroiled in this thing I couldn't even explain. I couldn't even talk about it. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Couldn't even talk about it. And I think before I could come forward and connect with you, says this King of Wands, I had to like purge myself and like you know, kind of embrace this idea of the phoenix, that I'm all new. Before you let go the thing that attaches us, this cord that attaches us. King of Wands to Queen of Wands. I don't know why the cards are being... I feel like I need to keep showing this. This was the cord. And maybe it needed to be cut and then reestablished, you know, because there was something foundationally toxic here. There was some kind of shadow. I think that King of Wands did not want to bring into this relationship. So they went quiet while they battled it. And the battle was with somebody external, but it was also with their own shadow self. It maybe was tempted to sabotage this whole relationship. Is it this one? Yes. Tempted to sabotage the whole relationship. Five of Cups. You know, I think that this person gave up at some point. Four of Cups. And it was really, I mean, they thought they could do it and not feel such sadness. Like, almost like they were too, like they'd cauterized. That's real. They'd cauterized the wound. It didn't take. It didn't work. They felt awful about this, and I notice again, here's that cord. They severed the cord. But there is this Ace of Cups left. Their attachment to the possibility of this connection on the other side of the purification. This connection can be reestablished because they've never let go. King of Cups never let go. King of Cups, Page of Cups, Five of Cups. You know, it's a card of regret. I regret that I was embroiled in this. I regret that I was unable to I think I think that this person was busy sorting out their own feelings without paying a whole lot of attention to what the other person felt. They were busy doing shadow work. So like they played fast and loose with this connection. They finally found the truth that set them free. They were apologetic for causing such sadness, and in a way for not reconnecting. They couldn't do it sooner. I really don't think they could. Yeah, justice. Sword energy. All this, I mean, really, this is the best sword energy on the board. Major Arcana card of Libra. You know, from these extremes of the devil back into balance. I think they were embroiled, and we've gotten this again and again, and it may only be for a few of you, but there was some kind of court decision involved. King of Wands had to protect his Queen of Wands from this. So in a way, their protection did isolate both of them. You know, so they couldn't be together until this purge had happened. And it's the knife again, the sword that severs. I think that this person was able to empathize, feel what the other person felt. Hangman, see it from their perspective. Is it like a court decision? It is. Some truth had to come out. You know, and come out it did. It like, there was a deception and boom, it's out of the gate. As soon as this thing was cleared, they come forward to declare themselves. And I'm not sure how Queen of Wands feels about it. But she like carries the torch for them too. You know, they both got this attachment to each other. But it's a healthy attachment. It's not devil attachment. They've got this second chance, this phoenix. This phoenix situation going on. And whatever this person has to say really will clear the air. And part of what they're admitting to is this undid me. Through my negligence or something for which I am deeply, deeply sorry. But I had to do this first. I had to take care of this toxic whatever it was before I could come forward with a Two of Cups proposal. Which wolf do you feed? You know, I think that the only thing that this King of Wands wants to do now, is to connect. They feel like they're clear of whatever was holding them back. And I mean, let me tell you, we've gotten this again and again, and it's a bit frustrating for me. But something had to play out. This person, King of Wands, had to get their priorities straight, Seven of Wands. All these things come, all these needy whatevers. And finally, they took a stand for what they wanted, what they were passionate about. Getting clear of what held them back, etc. I think that's it. Probably gone on too long. On the board we have Justice, which is Libra. Hangman, which is Pisces. Judgment. Hermit, which is Virgo. The Devil, which is Capricorn. And again, this Phoenix image. The fire of the devil, the clearing of the karma. The regret over apparently cutting the cord, but that was a lie too, because they never let go. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Well, I think that this person is coming in to say something. And it may be first and foremost an apology. There was stuff I was trying to protect you from. There were battles that were not yours to fight. Five of Swords. Can we get to this place of reunion and pick up where we left off, basically. They want to pick up where they left off. And I don't think we ever can pick up exactly where we left off, but there's a chance to reestablish the connection. Virgo, Capricorn, Libra. I'll see you next time. Let me know if this makes sense to you. And particularly this, I'm a little confused by the question of the, whether there's something contractual that was really holding these two back that's been broken, because somehow the King of Wands cut the right cord and then worked to reestablish the bond with their Queen of Wands. It might be something that happens in Capricorn time. I'll see you next time.